Hi folks, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, we're on the ZX Spectrum, and we're going to be looking at a platformer called Twin World, published by Ubisoft in 1990. Also come out on the Commodore 64, Amstrad CPC, and a lot of the 16-bit games as well. Now this is the first time I've played this game. We'll be reviewing it like it's the first or second time I've looked at it. Much like how you would have loaded it up as a kid, and would you go back or would you not go back? Now you've got to keep your wits about you here, because it's a monochrome game, so you does test your eyes to find out what's going on. We will edit down the load times, but essentially you are a prince called Ulopa. There we are there. You can fire stuff also. So you're the prince of and sole survivor of the Karakan royal family. You must find pieces of an amulet over 23 levels and then defeat an evil wizard called Maldor. Now, I don't do very well. I do know a cheat where the enemies can't kill you, so we'll put that in. You still die bashing into spikes and stuff. So as you can see, it moves quick, but it's very difficult to see what's going on with the monochrome, where the enemy are, where you are, and where the background is. But if you concentrate, eventually your eyes will get used to it. You have a limited amount of things you can fire. You see every time I fire, the bullets go down. It's on 45 at the moment, and you can go through these doors as you try and find this piece of the amulet and various different keys as well. So I think you've sort of like got it, haven't you, really? Graphically it's quite nice, a monochrome as you would expect on the Spectrum, although the lower bit of the screen is yellow and the top bit is red in this instance, which is nice to have the contrast. Right, so out we go. Try and avoid everything if you can do. So yeah, it's on a par with Wonder Boy that we reviewed a little while back there. It's not a bad little game, it plays quite well. As a kid I wouldn't have been too disappointed with it, because it's of a standard, and it's a pretty good standard, although it is quite tricky. You will need a few goes to get used to this, which I haven't got time to do unfortunately, but we can certainly see how it plays. Once you find the piece of the amulet, there is a doorway at the end of the level. Go through there and it will load up the next stage. And it is a tape loader base, so you have to wait around a little bit. Right, so yellow and red is the main thing we look at here. There's 5 different worlds broken up into different stages, so you will get a feel that you're actually getting somewhere on this. Admittedly, it's not my kind of a game, but I won't mark it down for that. It does look kind of pretty what is there. As a kid, I don't think I would have gone back to it, but if you're into platformers, it's quite a nice example. Different from the more traditional ones like Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy. A little bit late in the day, 1990, by Ubisoft. So, Prince Ulopa. Yeah, he's the prince, folks. He doesn't look very attractive, but we don't want to rate on that. Coded quite well. This is the 48K version. Ubisoft 1990. If you completed all, well, we're dead there, so I'll put in a cheat. So if you completed all 23 levels, which I think might be intact on this version, I'm not 100% sure, definitely on the Amiga, which you haven't reviewed, then let me know. Seeing the instructions here, there's a button to call a shopkeeper as well, H. We'll try that, whether that's later on once you've collected coins or something. Down on the joystick we'll go through here. There's a key. Now the enemy shouldn't kill us now. We should be able to walk into them, but we can... Oh, there's an ant symbol there. What's that about? Anyway, it's probably an extra life, which we don't need if we've got immunity. A back... Yeah, see, nothing's killing us now in terms of the enemies, but there are rocks. We don't want to bash into those because we lost energy when we used to do that on Wonder Boy. Still need to review Super Wonder Boy, so hopefully that's a bit better. Oh dear, yeah. See what I mean? But yeah, the Spectrum is at the limit of what it can do here. It's attempting a lot. I always thought the basic games work better, where they're not trying too much shading or trying to push the system as much as it could. These games later on down the run were struggling a little bit as they tried to be more adventurous, competing with the 16-bit games on offer. That's why I'm excited about the Spectrum next. All these games that struggled near the end and didn't look quite as good as they could have done might get redone. Imagine this with different colours everywhere. It would make a huge difference to the game. It really would. If the main character's different and multicoloured to the background, that would really stand out, and suddenly the whole thing will come alive and become a lot more playable. Stage 1. Nice animation with the bat there. A nice space, night scene. Good, good, good. A lot to like about this game. A little bit frustrating in ways, but level 1 isn't particularly difficult. Bear in mind I have got the cheats on. There's the ant symbol again. So just collect as much as you can, look out for the amulet, and then you're golden. As I say, these reviews, I think most people know, are never complete walkthroughs. They're never expert, and there'll be a lot of things, no doubt, that I'm doing wrong. But there we go. The channel's not about that. It's all about having a bit of fun, relaxing, and I hope if you are a stressed person like me, sometimes I get things a bit out of perspective and have to take a walk away from it. I don't mind admitting my weaknesses to you. If you're a bit that way too, hopefully this is a chance where you can disengage with the world for a bit, have a bit of fun in the comment section. We can have a laugh and reminisce about old memories or similar games and that sort of stuff. Hooray! Oops, what's happened there? I've fallen down a hole. I'm sure I wasn't supposed to do that. Right, I'm up there. It's all very hellish, isn't it, in red? Okay. I was hoping this would be the exit, but there's obviously something quite critical I haven't done. If you know, I don't mind, let me know what is that critical thing I haven't done, because it's probably blooming obvious. There we go, I've just created a billion comments now for that. Hooray! Right, come on Nick. Nick's gameplay isn't the best. You'll probably be a little bit better than me at this game. If you're worse, then I don't know what's been going on. You scored 530 points. That's not bad. Hopefully one day I can cash them in. So it's like a fantasy sort of game, isn't it really? Sword and sorcery without the sword. You're throwing those potato things, whatever they may be. But 3 potatoes for everyone. Getting hit on the head by potatoes, not a bad thing to happen if you're really hungry. And that bat might be hungry. We all know bats eat potatoes, don't we? No. Right, come on, Prince Europa. Sounds a bit like Europa, that moon of Jupiter. I mean, how was he the sole survivor? Was everyone kidnapped while he was on holiday? Well, it says survivors. They must have been killed by this wizard Maldor. There's always an evil wizard, isn't there, in these fantasy places? Whenever there's a nice fantasy place, a wicked witch from Narnia or a wizard that just ruins everyone's fun, Death Adder from Golden Axe, what's their beef? Why can't everyone just get along? Although it would be quite a rubbish game, Golden Axe, of everyone getting along, and you just walk through different stages. That reminds me, that's a game I need to review on the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive at some point. There's 3 of them. I have reviewed those on the PlayStation 3 Mega Drive collection, but they might very well play a bit different on the actual machine itself. Hooray! Right, how are we doing? Prince Europa. I think he should call it a day. Move. If you've completed this, what's the final battle with the evil wizard Maldor like? I'd like to know, because I'm not going to get there even with the cheat on it. So in summary already, I would say this game is quite good for people into platform games. The one bit is you've got to get used to the monochrome. And any kid with Spectrum eyes would be able to filter that quite quickly, so that's not an issue there. Quite a tricky game as it goes on. As soon as you get the idea of what's going on with the amulet and getting through the final door, I'd imagine you'll be doing a little bit better. Not a game I'll be going back to, but that's by no means any disregard to the game itself. Right, I'm a driving game man. I think I've told you that before. No fault required, perhaps that is why. Where is he? Has he disappeared? Prince, where are you? The artist formerly known as. Shall we end it here? Oh, here he is. Right, maybe I need to walk off the side on the right there. But we do seem to be going round in circles now. Let's drop down here again. Should I walk off the side? No, that doesn't look like the way to go. Won't you show me the way to go? That's a version of a Jackson 5 song. There we go. How obscure can you get? I like the Jackson 5. I don't know any ZX Spectrum game which features the Jackson 5. It seems like they should have been covered, doesn't it? They're big in the 70s and 80s. Did they not make... I'm going to have to look that up now. Was there a Jackson 5 game? Now, I know there's a Michael Jackson game on other systems called Moonwalker, but was there a Jackson 5 game? Yeah. Let me show you the way to go, or something similar. My favourite Jackson 5 song is Shake Your Body Down to the Ground. That's great, that. And Blame It on the Boogie, but Shake Your Body Down to the Ground is great. If you're unaware of that, I told you to dance a Boney M last time. Dance to Shake Your Body Down to the Ground, Jackson 5. Type that into YouTube. And you do know that I love you. Yeah, man. Right, I don't think I can take too much more of this Prince guy, only because my own inept gameplay skills. Nice shading on those rocks, I may have mentioned that before. But the final stage is in the castle with Wizard Maldor. Yes, they always get a free castle, these evil wizards. It's bog standard. You can't have an evil wizard that just has, I don't know, a semi-detached bungalow. For some reason, they have to have a big sort of place. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. We'll call that a day there. That was Twin World on the ZX Spectrum, published by Ubisoft in 1990. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. A huge thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far and given me positive comments. That gives me super strength to continue knowing the channel is growing going forward. If you want to help it a bit more, of course, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.